This is the Change Analysis tab, and it gives some very useful information and is really important when you're on your second and subsequent test runs. You will find it empty if it's your first test run though. The Change Analysis tab shows you what has changed in your model at intent level across your three scores: correctness, confidence and clarity. At the top you can see the changed intents graph, which shows all the intents that have had a change in score detected since the last test you've run. These white data points show where the intent was on the previous test, and the red and green data points show where the intent is now on the current test. The green data points show the improvements, and the red ones show regressions. It's important to understand the regressions. When it's small, like this, you may not need to worry about it. But when it's a big regression, like this, you may want to have a look at it. You can check this graph across the three scores: correctness, confidence and clarity. In this example, we're trying to fix the AI provider's intent. And by looking at this graph, you can check to see if improvements you've made to the training data for this intent have had a positive impact. And we can see they have. You can also see that you have made a number of positive improvements to other intents across the model. And remember, we've only changed the training data for one intent compared to the previous test we ran. Just below the graph, you can see the full list of intents where a change has been detected since the last test. You can filter using the same set of filters as on the intents page. The intents are listed with the familiar three scores: correctness, confidence and clarity, as well as the deltas. There is also a column here for cause. This is interesting. It shows three values. Direct, this means that you've changed the training data for this intent in the current test. So the change within the score is a direct impact from what we have done. Indirect is where the changes you made to another intent had an indirect impact on this particular intent elsewhere in the model. And unidentified means that a change we have made directly in an intent has generated a difference in score of this intent, but we can't identify at what level. These kind of regressions are very important, but very difficult to identify without a tool like QBox. You will want to validate that the intent you try to fix has improved, and you can see that it has. Correctness has improved by 13%, confidence by 3%, and clarity by 20%. After, you may want to tackle those regressions. You can see this one is quite bad, so you can click on the intent to go through to the intent details page to identify the cause of the regression and try to fix this one next.